My speech this evening was auctioned for £25 for charity. And I thought it was better to offer this speech than to be waxed. After all, I'm already waxed. The title that Isaac gave me. Hold on a moment. Was everything in 5 minutes. I've not heard that phrase since walking into an all-you-can-eat buffet just before closing time. So what I'm attempting to do in 5 minutes is to talk about everything, including thanking all of the common room leaders on behalf of the college, including a witty joke and some profound moments along the way. However, I'm going to make a bargain with you. If I stick to 4 minutes 10 seconds rather than 5 minutes, will you put some more money into the bucket for the Red Cross as we go out?
Yeah.
So here we go. This is everything in 4 minutes 10 seconds. First of all, what we're going to do is start with a couple in a park, and we're going to expand the size of the picture by a factor of 10 every 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds you're going to be 10 times further away from the picnic in the park. You get the idea? On this side of the picture, a little bit of mathematics, 100 metres. That side of the picture, exactly the same number. Historians won't understand that, but just smile. We're seeing the universe in different ways. This is a weir, of course, and as we begin to move out of the planet Earth, we get from our Apollo rocket or the President's living room this view. This is our beautiful planet, the Earth. If you're Kevin Tyson and you watch Star Trek, you're travelling at warp factor 1. 140,000 miles from the Earth. That's the distance that Josephine Butler students have to walk in. We're one planet, a number of planets around the solar system. There's the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, the inner planets, big outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, an odd thing on the edges of our system, Josephine Butler. Now we're moving through the universe, and we're running out of space, but if we draw the constellations on the sky, they look exactly as they do from the surface of the Earth. Let's change scale. We're talking about 1 light year. This is the distance that light takes 1 year to travel, or the amount of distance that the SEC committee take to look after our college. And it's our Milky Way galaxy, where our star is one of 100 billion galaxies which make up the Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way galaxy is full of stars, a bit like our student common room leaders. Bright young stars like Charlotte and Bella and Sarah Hancock and Nathan Cagney and Edmund, and big gas giants like Dan Gilbert and Gunnar. I think that's all. Now, we're looking at the universe on the very largest of scales. We're looking at galaxies. Each galaxy has 100 billion stars. There are 100 billion galaxies in the universe. That means that it's very easy mathematics. If you multiply 100 billion by 100 billion, you get how many stars there are in the universe, and that number is a lot. We're now moving back, and you can see the Earth beginning to appear. We're back in Chicago.
Yeah.
And in Chicago, here we have JB having an afternoon snooze. A pose that we've seen him a number of times here. Now we're going to make the picture smaller by a factor of 10 every 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds we're going to make the picture smaller. We're going to go into the man's hand and see what we find in the man's hand. There's layers of skin. Now, blood vessels. Inside the blood vessel, that's a white blood cell. Inside the white blood cell is the cell nucleus. The cell nucleus contains spiral coils of DNA, the stuff that makes us us, that shapes our identity. That reminds me of all of the work that JB has done as president of the common room in shaping our We're going to look at atom of carbon. Here here it is, right in the centre of the screen. We go into the carbon. That fuzziness is because of the fuzziness of quantum theory and the electrons. We haven't got time to do quantum theory this evening. I'm sorry about that. But we move through, and that's about the end of our journey. Was atoms are made of electrons and then protons, neutrons, and the protons and neutrons are made of things called quarks, and therefore St. John's College is fundamentally built on quarks, the sound made by polite ducks. Seconds of everything in 5 minutes. Of course, it's only a little bit. As the woman who went into the doctor's with a bit of lettuce sticking out of her ear and said, "That's just the tip of an iceberg." Thank you very much.